Don't be like this guy. You know, I'm done right here. You know, they put them memes on things and it says, you know, this is Fred. Fred does this, or this is John. John does this, or this is Bill. Bill does it. Don't be like this guy. You know what I'm talking about? How things like that go on. So don't be like this guy. A church council one time was talking to a man about being ordained into the ministry. He wanted to be a preacher, and they was going to ordain him in the ministry. And they brought old Brother Ben in, and they said, Brother Ben, can you give us your favorite Bible story? He said, oh, yes. Them parables are my favorite Bible stories. They said, could you give us your favorite parable? He said, I sure can. He said, once upon a time, a man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he fell among the thieves. And the thorns grew up and choked him. And he went on, and he met the Queen of Sheba, and she gave him 1,000 talents of gold and 100 changes of raiment. And he got in his chariot, and he drove furiously. And when he was driving, he fell among under a tree, and his hair got caught up in a limb, and he was left there hanging. And he hung there 40 days and 40 nights, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning and bread and flesh in the evening. And one night, while he was hanging up there in that tree asleep, his wife Delilah cut his hair off, and he dropped down. And when he dropped down, he fell among the stony ground. And it began to rain, and it rained 40 days and 40 nights, and it became a river so big that no man could cross it. And he went and hid himself in a cave. And when he went and hid himself in a cave, a man come to the cave and said, come and sup with me tonight. He said, I cannot come, for I've married a wife. And the man went on into the highways and the byways and compelled him to come in. And he went on and came to Jerusalem, and he saw the queen of Jezebel. And Jezebel was sitting up high in a window, and he looked up and he said, chunk the old gal down. And they chunked her down. And he said, pick her up and chunk her down again. And they chunked her down 70 times 7. And the basket full of fragments that they took up was 10, not including the men, women, and the children. And the question the man asked to the presbytery was this: whose wife will she be in the day of judgment? And the ordination committee looked at him and said, we find no reason why this man cannot be accepted into the ministerial pastorate. Now, you know the reason why some of y'all ain't laughing? You don't know if what I've said is true or not. You know why some people don't laugh at that? Because they look and say, well, that's good preaching right there.